our guest of honor is a stone throw away. Anytime he'll be here, as soon as he gets in, ladies and gentlemen, we all stand on our feet and then we clap our hands to welcome him. Can we practice? Ladies and gentlemen, let's all get excited to see His Excellency, our guest of honor today, Comrade E.D. Mnangagwa, E.D. And I'm also E.D. of this function, the events director, E.D. Can you play one UMnangagwa weBulawayo song, please? One UMnangagwa song. We all stand, ladies and gentlemen. Remember, Thank you. Can we remain standing, please? As when Simile, si tabele in national anthem, Lady Shower.
Be
Thank you very much. May we all take our seats. Your Excellency, you're welcome. Could we have Archbishop Alex Kaliani to come and give us an opening prayer?
We begin our prayer with a reading from the book of Psalms 67, verses 1 to 7. It reads, "May God be gracious and bless us. May He let His face shine upon us, that your way be known on earth and your salvation among the nations. May the peoples praise you, O God. May all the peoples praise you. May the countries be glad and sing for joy. For you rule the peoples with justice and guide the nations of the world. May the peoples praise you, O God. May all the peoples praise you. The land has given its harvest. God, our God, has blessed us. May God bless us and be revealed to the very ends of the earth." This Psalm 67 is a harvest song of the people. Normally, harvest is a time of rejoicing and celebration. After a long struggle of preparing the fields, waiting for the rain, planting, weeding, and harvesting, it is a time of rest and celebration. We go through this in our own daily life. As a nation, we have gone through this. We have had tough times, times of drought, times of scarcity, times of struggle, and so on. We have come a long way. There are signs of hope. This year, we have been blessed with good rains and a reasonable harvest. In the city of Bulawayo, we have bit of relief from the water shortages, although not fully over. There are promises of revival of industries in Bulawayo. We have come out of the lockdown and hoping to move forward, trusting in the Lord. Surely, there are better promises and signs of better future. If you continue to trust in the Lord and follow His commandments faithfully and honestly. Therefore, this psalm we have just heard is a sign of hope and joy for us. Let us be a people of hope. Our hope has to be backed by our own hard work, honesty, and determination. For God to bless us, we have to be blameless in His sight. We have to be faithful to His commandments. Therefore, let us pray. O God, we thank you for this opportunity to come before you in the presence of our President, we invite you into our midst right now. Be gracious to bless us. Let your face shine on each one gathered here. Let your face shine on everyone who lives in this country. Let your face shine on each corner of this nation. Lord, you know well all our needs, our struggles, our aspirations, our plans for a better future. We humble ourselves before you. We acknowledge your might and power. We acknowledge our own weaknesses and failures. You are a God of power, might and mercy. Judge us as we deserve, but be merciful and kind to us. We praise your name. We glorify you. We thank you for your kindness towards us, especially for the rains and the good harvest. We thank you for this beautiful city of Bulawayo. We thank you for the peace and tranquility that we experience. We thank you for the beauty of art and artists we have here. Bless this event. Bless all the organizers. Bless every artist of this country. Bless our leaders of the nation, especially our president who is present here. Give him a listening heart to your word, to your promptings, to the needs of your people. Grant him wisdom and from above to choose the right things that is pleasing in your sight. Give us all a heart that is humble as your servants, as your stewards. Lead us forward as a nation. Grant us peace, unity, progress, development. Grant also a heart to forgive each other as brothers and sisters. Make us all a family that is dear to you. Protect us from every harm, especially this pandemic that is around us. Let your glory shine on this nation. Let this nation be a people who are closer to you each day. We ask all these prayers in the name of your Son, our Lord Jesus Christ, who lives and reigns forever and ever. Amen.
Thank you very much, Archbishop Alex Kaliani. You know, COVID-19 is terrible. Bishops and pastors, once they see the crowd, they are thinking of the preaching. Thank you once more. Your Excellency, I'm handing over to the Permanent Secretary and the Minister of Youth, Sport, Arts and Recreation, Dr. Stefan.
Thank you very much, Dr. Dube. Your Excellency, the President of the Republic of Zimbabwe, Comrade Emmerson Dambudzo Mnangagwa, the Vice President and Minister of Health and Child Care, Honorable Retired General Dr. C.G.D.N. Chiwenga, the Chairman of ZANU-PF, and the Minister of Defense, Security and War Veterans Affairs, Honorable Opa Muchimburi-Kashiri, the Minister of Finance and Economic Development, Professor Ntuli Ncube, the Minister of Local Government and Public Works, Honorable July Moyo, the Minister of Home Affairs and Cultural Heritage, and also the Acting Minister of Youth, Sport, Arts and Recreation, Honorable Kazembe, the Minister of Environment, Climate, Tourism and Hospitality Industry, Honorable Mangaliso Ndlovu, the Minister of Information, Publicity and Broadcasting Services, Honorable Monica Mutswangwa, the Minister of State for Provincial Affairs and Devolution and in Bulawayo Metropolitan Province, Honorable Judith Ncube, the Deputy Minister of Youth, Sport, Arts and Recreation, Honorable Tino Machakaire, the Deputy Chief Secretary, Reverend Paul Bayete Damasale, the Mayor of Bulawayo, His Worship Councillor Solomon Mnguni, the Acting Mayor of Harare, His Worship Councillor Stuart Mutizwa, the Secretary for Environment, Climate, Tourism and Hospitality Industry, Mr. Muneushe Mnodawafa, the Secretary for Home Affairs and Cultural Heritage, Mr. Nepera, the Secretary for Local Government and Public Works, Mr. Churu, the Town Clerk of the City of Bulawayo, Mr. Christopher Drube, the Executive Director of the National Museums and Monuments, Dr. Godfrey Mahati, the Chief Executive Officer of the Zimbabwe Tourism Authority, Mr. Gilmore Chidzidzi, the Director of the National Arts Council of Zimbabwe, Mr. Nicholas Moyo, the Executive Director of the National Gallery of Zimbabwe, Mr. Raphael Chikukwa, the Bulawayo Arts Festival Executive Director, Mr. Joshua Nyapindi, and the Festival Director, Mr. Mambazo Piri, councillors in the city of Bulawayo who are present, senior government officials who are here, captains of big industry and small industry, our esteemed cultural and creative practitioners, members of the media fraternity, conference delegates, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, young men and young women. We welcome you all to this event today. Your Excellency, we are here as government to give wings and support to the Bulawayo Arts Festival, and in particular to the cultural and creative industries in Zimbabwe to fly. Your Excellency, the Bulawayo Arts Festival, which is in its second year, is happening because you, Your Excellency, made the announcement that it should happen during the second endeavor that was held and that you graced here in Bulawayo in November 2019 at the Bulawayo Rainbow Hotel. You had an interface with the creatives of the southern region, and this has given us impetus, all of us, to make sure we support the development of the arts. Your Excellency, I just would like to take a short time to acknowledge the number of people and organizations who have been supported this event. We have various organizational supporters, plus of course government, the Ministry of Youth, Sport, Arts and Recreation, the Ministry of Home Affairs and Cultural Heritage. We have UNESCO, who has supported this. Africania is a big organization in Belgium. They've supported this, and several other supporters of this event. And there's been a team of people who have been working tirelessly over the last month. It would not be good for me to just not mention them. I've mentioned the Executive Director and Mambazo, but we've been able to bring so many players in the artist fraternity to come together. There's an administration team who've been working. They've been program managers, all local from here in Bulawayo. The city of Bulawayo has had all their departments come together to make sure this is a success. Every department, and we as government and ministry have interfaced with them to be certain that they are truly with us. There are technical people here, editors, film editors, magazine, many young editors who have all now been able to showcase their skill. This is just to let you know, Your Excellency, this event is truly homegrown, and it is going to continue to be homegrown and home-driven, which is exactly what you have asked for and is in our national development strategy, that our creative arts and culture must be driven by the people in the localities where we are. Your Excellency, I now would like to take this opportunity to invite to the podium to give us some welcome remarks the Minister of State for Provincial Affairs and Devolution for Bulawayo Metropolitan Province, Honorable Judith Nube, if she could come and give us some welcome remarks. Honorable Minister. Sanibonani Bulawayo mhle. Sanibonani Zimbabwe enhle. Allow me to recognize the presence of our President, His Excellency, the President of the Republic of Zimbabwe, Uvula Umcimbi weBulawayo, the Vice President of the Republic of Zimbabwe and Minister of Health and Child Care, the retired General Dr. CGDN Uvula Umcimbi weBulawayo. Allow me also to recognize the presence of our national chairman, Umama Uvula Umcimbi, and Minister of Defense, and Canada of Veterans. All ministers, cabinet ministers here present, deputy ministers here present, deputy chief secretaries here present, honorable members of parliament, honorable members of senate, permanent secretaries, the mayor of the city of Bulawayo, Councillor Solomon Boni, members of the job, members of the ruling party, led by the chairman of the province, conference delegates, ladies and gentlemen, I do recognize that we also have our security forces, abasigcinele ukuthula baphakathi kwethu lapha, the media houses. I welcome you all to Bulawayo Metropolitan Province, the seat of kings and queens, umuzi wamakhosi lamakhosikazi, to the edition of the Bulawayo Arts Festival. A warm welcome to our president. Siyabonga baba. Siyabonga. His Excellency Ubaba Umcimbi Mnangagwa ekhathwe ngumsekeli wakhe Ubaba, the retired General Dambudzo, and those who are following this event via different media platforms. This is a joyous day for all of us, as Bulawayo, as a region, as a country, as one nation, one people, with different languages. Your Excellency, the Bulawayo Arts Festival allows the city to showcase its rich history, cultural heritage, creative diversity and ability. I am pleased, Baba President, that the festival will allow artists from different parts of the country to converge to showcase their activities to both local, national, and global audiences. Bulawayo Arts Festival is a brainchild of artists in the city of Bulawayo who have partnered with the city of Bulawayo to enable local people and global visitors to participate meaningfully in the cultural life of the city. It provides an opportunity for Bulawayo to showcase its proud heritage, rich diversity, creative nature, resilience,
and majesty. This partnership between artists and the local authority to produce the product dovetails with the National Development Strategy 1 for the cultural and creative industries, which seeks to develop new products and markets for the CC1 sector. The partnership resonates with the goals of Pillar 1 of this strategy, which aims to increase access to local, regional, and international markets by promoting interface platforms between and among CC1s and related sectors. Your presence here today, Your Excellency, is also part of that strategy for government to endorse arts and culture events and support them to encourage innovation and development to ensure the commercial viability of the CC1. I hope that from today, the Bulawayo Arts Festival will grow from strength to strength, as it now occupies a big spot in the national calendar of events. Bulawayo is already hosted to 2 other major artistic events in the form of Indasa Arts Festival weBulawayo and the Bulawayo Arts Awards. Your Excellency, Bulawayo is a multicultural city inhabited by people of various ethnic groups, such as the Ndebele, Shona, Tonga, Kalama, Venda, Sotho, etc., among others. The province is endowed with rich culture and has earned its position as the country's historical and cultural capital. It is the hub of cultural diversity and unity as all the different people who make up the population of the city live together peacefully, respecting each other's languages and cultural practices. Unity is at the core of the city's DNA, and performances here at the Bulawayo Arts Festival will resonate around that theme, as there are artists from all the country's provinces who will display their crafts and activities. Your Excellency said, the heritage trail you embarked on this morning is just but a summary of the city's tangible and intangible cultural heritage sites, which include the Natural History Museum, Centenary Park Garden, the Railway Museum, Jairo's Jewelry Craft Shop, Zibigazi Arts and Craft Centers, Bushaluse Art Gallery, Camille Mills, Chabalala Sanctuary, and Chipangani Wildlife Orphanage, among others. I would like to thank the Ministry of Environment, Climate, Tourism and Hospitality Industry, and the Ministry of Home Affairs and Cultural Heritage for initiating this interface to deliberate on ways to promote, develop, and revive tourism in Bulawayo province. The development of cultural and heritage tourism will contribute to the diversification of seasonal and nature-based tourism. With these remarks, I welcome you once again to the Bulawayo Arts Festival. I thank you.
It is of gratitude professed. If description is the better part of hell, I might not thank the sun for breath. Introspection is the better part of Veda. I might not thank the sun for breaking through the clouds. I might not thank the clouds for breaking summer's drought. I might fail to thank the drought for giving me this nameless, boundless best that draws me near to thee. I might not thank the clouds for breaking summer's drought. I might fail to thank the drought for giving me this nameless, boundless best that draws me near to thee. If gratitude is a myself and pride, it's silence and our resistance is benevolent intent, which is the man that carries me without correction, crop or sack, across arid place to beauty. It is the ship that fetches me to fertility.
That forest path which leads me to the garden of enlightenment.
Let grace develop ambition and gratitude is lemon spring. I'll be grateful for the best that draws me near to thee, that draws me near to thee, that draws me near to thee. This song upon my past, I know profound. Let's preach unity, of peace, of human No need. Unity. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. It's ever important. Unity. 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 Unity is ever important.
Thank you very much. Thank you very, very much. Your Excellency, Your Excellency, I would like to now invite His Worship, the Mayor of the City of Bulawayo, Councillor Solomon Mkuni, to give a few remarks. Your Worship.
Thank you, Director of Proceedings. Your Excellency, Dr. Mnangagwa, the President of the Republic of Zimbabwe, Honorable Vice President and Minister of Health and Child Care, retired Dr. C.G.T.M. Chiwenga, Minister of Defense and War Veterans Affairs, Honorable Uvula Umcimbi weBulawayo, and other ministers here present, the Minister of State for Provincial Affairs and Devolution for Bulawayo Metropolitan Province, Honorable Ngube, my colleague, Mayor of the City of Harare, Councillor Tshisa, Deputy Chief Secretary, Reverend Damasani, other permanent secretaries here present, our councillors of the City of Bulawayo who are present, the town clerk of the city, Mr. C. Dube, Executive Director, National Arts Council of Zimbabwe, Mr. Nick Moyo, senior government officials, heads of parastatals here present, the Bulawayo Arts Festival technical partner, the Nimbe Trust, represented here by its Executive Director, Mr. Josh Napim and team, the Festival Director, Mr. Simon Mambazo, Peer and team, Captains of Industry and Commerce, Religious Fraternity, Conference Delegates, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen of the media, esteemed residents of the city of Bulawayo. Your Excellency, I stand here on behalf of the great people of Bulawayo to welcome you, the city of Bulawayo, and specifically to the Bulawayo Arts Festival, Creative and Cultural Industries Conference, whose theme is enhancing local government participation in cultural governance. Your Excellency, this is the second edition of the Bulawayo Arts Festival. The festival debuted last year and reached audiences of over 45 countries through the virtual platform. And this year's edition is expected to reach a much wider audience. Due to the ongoing COVID-19 pandemic, we are holding a hybrid festival combining both digital and few physical activities. As cities and the world at large are now reopening in the new normal, the creative sector plays a critical role in modeling the culture that we need to be able to transform ourselves and overcome our challenges. In the year 2019, the City of Bulawayo resolved to declare the 1st of June as Bulawayo Day and the 2nd to the 5th of June as the Arts Festival Week. We are gathered here today to share and experience Bulawayo's rich cultural history, diversity, and endowment. The declaration of the first week of June as the annual Bulawayo Arts Festival Week underpins the city's commitment to the promotion and development of the creative and cultural industry, which is intertwined to the historical and cultural development of this great city. This year, the Bulawayo Arts Festival team, in conjunction with the National Arts Council of Zimbabwe, visited the country's provinces to identify diverse content for the festival. Areas such as Planty, Wanda, Tare, Mrewa, Harare, Kwekwe, Wangi, and Victoria Falls were visited, and the performances by various artists pre-recorded for showcasing during this festival week. The representatives of various local authorities here present bear testimony to that. This gives the festival a national outlook and places the city ahead in terms of championing cultural tourism. It is our hope that as the world opens up, we will also be able to attract international visitors and champion cultural tourism. Cultural tourism is important because it brings about a positive economic and social impact, as it establishes and reinforces our identity. It helps build the image, preserve the cultural and historical heritage, and it facilitates harmony and understanding among our people. The conference objectives are to formulate urban cultural policies and strategies, ecotourism, and culture-led development. This is meant to set a foundation for development of urban cultural policies and strategies to guide the creative arts industry. Other objective is the enhancement of local government ecotourism capacities for the localization and domestication of UNESCO's Sustainable Cultural Tourism Strategy for Southern Africa. The conference seeks to identify opportunities for culture-led development measures as informed by Zimbabwe's National Development Strategy 1. The aim of this conference is to promote and enhance the participation of local authorities in cultural governance, as well as to tackle issues that are affecting the creative arts sector. It is my hope that the conference, through the discussions and deliberations, will meet its objectives and ends. The conference will also provide a vehicle to promote cultural tourism, which is being enhanced by culture-sensitive city development. Your Excellency, in the current context of the COVID-19 pandemic, the creative arts industry and tourism has largely been affected by lockdowns and travel restrictions. The Bulawayo Arts Festival, which is anchored in cultural tourism, offers some hope in rejuvenating the creative arts sector and cultural tourism. The festival, therefore, offers a conducive environment to market and showcase the city's rich cultural heritage, local national monuments, sites, creative arts, and other tourism sites. Challenges posed by the COVID-19 pandemic and the subsequent lockdowns have affected the creative arts industry and related activity. It is, however, refreshing to note that these challenges have not derailed the holding of the second edition of the Uvula Arts Festival. This is the kind of innovation that is called upon to drive the creative arts sector and influence its development. The creative should adapt to the current time and meet the current expectation for it to be sustainable in these challenging times characterized by pandemic, competition, and limited resources. Your Excellency, we are grateful to you and the administration for an unwavering support of the culture and creative industry and the elevation of the Uvula Arts Festival to be a national event. Allow me, Your Excellency, on behalf of the City of Uvula and its residents, to welcome you to the festival and Uvula Arts Festival Conference. I thank you, Samuel.
Thank you. We will receive some entertainment performance.
Tshisa Hey,
isibindekazi, inkunzikazi evikela usapho lwayo, inkosikazi eliphawekazi, isikhukhukazi esiyintandokazi, umfazikazi oyindobukazi, uyindogodo. Thank you.
Very much. Thank you so much. Thank you very much. Another round of applause. Thank you. Thank you very much. And we would like to take this opportunity to also recognize the presence here of the Minister of Women's Affairs, Community and Small and Micro Enterprises, Honorable Tshisa Sibanda. We also want to recognize the Deputy Minister of Home Affairs and Cultural Heritage, Honorable Magoy. And then we also want to recognize the Special Advisor to His Excellency the President on Disabilities, Honorable Joshua Malinga. Thank you. We will continue recognizing those who join us and who we learn are with us here today. At this time, Your Excellency, I would like to invite the Minister of Environment, Climate, Tourism and Hospitality Industry, Honorable Mangaliso Ndlovu, to give a few remarks, followed by a short video presentation on Zimbabwe Yami. Honorable Minister Ndlovu.
Thank you, Program Director, Your Excellency, the President of the Republic of Zimbabwe, Comrade Dr. Emmerson Dambudzo Mnangagwa, the Honorable Vice President and Minister of Health and Childcare, Retired General C.G.D.N. Chiwenga, the Minister of State for Provincial Affairs and Devolution, Bulawayo Metropolitan Province, Honorable J. Numbe, the Minister of Defense and War Veterans Affairs, who is also the National Chairman of the ruling party, Honorable O.C.Z. Mchinguri Kashiri, Minister of Local Government and Public Works, Honorable J.G. Moyo, Minister of Home Affairs and Cultural Heritage, Honorable Kazembe, other cabinet ministers here present. I recognize also the Minister of State for Provincial Affairs and Devolution, South Province, Honorable A. Numbe, the Deputy Minister of Youth, Sports, Arts and Recreation, Honorable T. Machakaire, and other Deputy Ministers here present. His Worship, the Mayor of Bulawayo, Councillor Mkuni, and other councillors here present, and also the Mayor of Harare Metropolitan Province. Deputy Chief Secretary Reverend Tamasane, Permanent Secretaries here present, Director of National Museums and Monuments of Zimbabwe, Dr. Mahachi, Director of National Arts Council, Mr. Moyo, Bulawayo Arts Festival Executive, the Nimbe Trust, senior government officials, chiefs who may be present here, heads of parastatals, captains of tourism, cultural and creative industries, members of the Fourth Estate, distinguished guests here present, and those who join us virtually. Your Excellency, today is a great day for tourism, cultural and creative industries in the country, and we shall forever rejoice in it. I am pleased to be part of this momentous occasion where the highest office in the land retrace the heritage trail of our people, and in the process, opening up numerous opportunities for tourism, product diversification and promotion. What happened today, distinguished guests, permanently changes the tourism architecture of the city of kings and queens. We are grateful to you, Your Excellency. In 2020, as a country, we did not reach the revised modest tourist arrivals target of 920,000 people, managing only 639,356 arrivals, which is a 72% decline compared to the same period in 2019. This, of course, was because of the global travel restrictions and national efforts to curb the spread of the COVID-19 pandemic. Your Excellency, I am however delighted to note that your vision and leadership, espoused in the National Tourism Recovery and Growth Strategy, which you launched in Victoria Falls in August 2020, has contributed immensely in offering quick turnaround solutions to the tourism industry. The strategy's implementation is meant to drive the depressed tourism sector towards a sustainable recovery and growth pathway in line with NDS1. And I must say, Your Excellency, that the tourism sector, though still faced with limited international tourist arrivals, is doing well above our expectations, and this is driven mainly by domestic tourism. Your Excellency, the United Nations World Tourism Organization, through its promulgation of harnessing the power of culture and creativity in tourism recovery, has singled out arts and culture as being pivotal in driving tourism growth. It is therefore befitting that today you lead in showcasing this symbiotic relationship, particularly the richness of this city of Bulawayo in culture and creative industries, which then gives us a simple task of packaging this competitive advantage for tourism purposes. Your Excellency, you instructed us when you launched the Tourism Recovery and Growth Strategy to increase our digital footprint as we market our destination Zimbabwe. This has enabled our marketing efforts to penetrate different market segments and to reach out to the broader global community. As the world recovers from the pandemic, we are confident that under your leadership, our tourism will surpass our growth expectations. Your Excellency, distinguished guests, at this juncture, allow me to take you through a brief digital tour around Bulawayo, just to show you what the metropolitan province has to offer in terms of tourism. The video, please.
Where I live and deep rapinza, perennial fountains and wandering brooks, all in Noka Yamatate, Lelo Chilikunyada, Lelo Chilikumina, you are our born Tilikitili Motor, Bamtoro, Motor, Batilika, and this Marika Panitora Mena Wal, Ganga. From the breathtaking hills of Kamatogeni to the privileged picturesque province, Wabulawayo. Wanyama ipeli pelama zinyendota, Tshisa nyama, Chichinana. The home of greatness, gratified by the National Railways and the National History Museum. Oh yes, the Joshua Mnangagwa Museum, the home of Father Zimbabwe, Chipwe Chiteza, Umafugufugu, Umdala wethu. Bulawayo my home, Bulawayo my pride. yibona twana. The home of entertainment, the preservers of amasiko lemvelo through the fancy footwork and the scintillating harmonies, Sunduza will testify. The home of hospitality, the accommodation, the relaxation, the food. Oh yes, angazi ngingabala ngithini na. Ubuhle lokufudumala okuthola kwamasiya phambili yibona okungabonwa yinoma ngaphi. Oh yes, the home of greatness, gratified by the one and only in Southern Africa, the one amongst a few. It is the St. Mary's Cathedral Basilica, born of granite, crowned by copper. It is in Bulawayo. Welcome, Bulawayo. Welcome to the place where animals have become a part of the system, where the combination of wildlife, nature, human life is defined by harmony. Chipangali, Chabalala Sanctuary, Matopa National Park will testify. Welcome, Gondo Maziwelele. Welcome, Gomasiya Pambili. Welcome, Gondo Tuziatu.
Visit Bulawayo. Gonto Tuwe Pambi. Gomasiya Pambi. This message is brought to you by the Zimbabwe Tourism Authority. Visit Zimbabwe.
Your Excellency, this footage is being availed to the public for the first time, and we are honored that we do so in your presence. We are creating similar digital content for tourism destinations, products and services for each province in line with the devolution strategy of growing provincial GDP. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, it is now my singular honor and privilege to invite the Vice President of the Republic of Zimbabwe and the Minister of Health and Child Care, I'm being advised, Your Excellency, my apologies, that I will invite the National Chairman, who is the Minister of Defense and Law Protection Affairs, Honorable Uvula Umcimbi, to come and invite the Honorable Vice President. Thank you.
Your Excellency, the President of the Republic of Zimbabwe and Commander-in-Chief of the Defense Forces, Dr. Emmerson Dambudzo Mnangagwa, our Vice President and Minister of Health, Honorable Dr. Retired CDG Njiwenga, the Minister of State for Provincial Affairs and Devolution, Honorable Judith Nube, fellow Cabinet Ministers here present, the Kumalo Clan, the party leadership here present, all protocol observed. It is historic to join you today Your Excellency, hardly 2 weeks after the unveiling of the statue of Mbuyane in Harare, for yet another ceremony to honor and promote our national heritage and ecotourism. Our program today included a visit to the tree where thousands of innocent gallant sons and daughters of the soil were executed by the cruel colonial settler regime. Mazambuko atakabva nawo azere misodzi yeropa. This afternoon, Your Excellency, we are here to witness the launch of the second Bulawayo Arts Festival, which already is promising to be very lively. We have already witnessed quality performance, which will definitely bring us joy and pride to the people of Zimbabwe. Halala, govukadzi. Today's activities, like many others, still on your calendar, Your Excellency, do not only form our distinctness as a people, but are also a living reminder of our past and inspirational, our heritage and pride as a nation. Ladies and gentlemen, my task today is to invite our Honorable Vice President to deliver his remarks and introduce our guest of honor, Dr. Constantino Gouveia Dominic Nikadzino-Chiwenga is an astute revolutionary politician with a renowned contribution to the independence of the country. At independence, he was attested into the Zimbabwe National Army, rising from the rank of Brigadier General to that of Commander Zimbabwe Defense Forces. Upon his retirement from the helm of the Zimbabwe Defense Forces, he was appointed Vice President in 2017. In August 2020, additional responsibilities were added to his portfolio. He was also entrusted by His Excellency to chair a number of cabinet committees that include Food Security and Nutrition, Enhanced Cabinet Committee on State Enterprises and Parastatals, Reform and Development and Cabinet Committee on Honors and Awards. With these few remarks, Your Excellency, allow me to invite Vice President and Minister of Health and Child Care, General Retired Dr. Constantino Gouveia Dominic Nikadzino-Chiwenga, to introduce our guest of honor. I thank you.
Director of Ceremonies, Dr. Tshisa, Minister of State for Provincial Affairs and Devolution, Bulawayo Metropolitan Province, Honorable Judith Uvula, Acting Minister of Youth, Sports, Arts, Recreation, Honorable Kazembe, Minister of Environment, Crime and Tourism and Hospitality Industry, Honorable Mangalisondovu, Minister of Defense and War Veterans Affairs and Chairman of the ruling party, Honorable OCZ Uchinguri Kashiri, Minister of Local Government and Public Works, Honorable J.T. Moyo, and other cabinet ministers here present. Deputy Minister of Youth, Sports, Arts and Recreation, Honorable
Chino Machakaire, His Worship, the Mayor of the City of Bulawayo, Councillor Solomon Muguni, and let me also recognize your colleague from the Metropolitan City of Harare, the Mayor of Harare who is with us. Deputy Chief Secretary to the President and Cabinet, Reverend Damasama, Permanent Secretary for Environment, Climate, Tourism and Hospitality, Mr. Mnodawafa, and local government, Mr. Churu, senior government officials here present, the Matsikura Kumaro, Ewo Makabezu. Esteemed war veterans, members of the academia, captains of industry, and representatives of the local authorities here present, practitioners of cultural and creative industries, members of the media, ladies and gentlemen, comrades and friends, good afternoon. I am humbled to introduce the guest of honor at this year's Bulawayo Festival Conference. However, before I introduce the guest of honor, I would like to appreciate the great work that Zimbabwe, and in particular, the city of Bulawayo, is doing in promoting our arts, culture, and heritage as products of tourist consumption. The Bulawayo Arts Festival Conference is in its second year running. It is taking place as a result of our guest of honor's pronouncement in November 2019 at the second Cultural and Creative Industries in Durban, which took place in this beautiful city of kings and queens. Ladies and gentlemen, through his visionary leadership, our guest of honor directed that Bulawayo Arts Festival Conference be held annually in the month of June in this cultural capital of Zimbabwe. He also pronounced that the annual National Arts Festival be hosted rotationally in the 10 administrative provinces of Zimbabwe. We are therefore extremely proud to be associated with the drive and vision of our guest of honor to entrench, promote, and safeguard our arts, culture, and heritage for the socio-economic upliftment of our entire citizenry. Indeed, the city of Bulawayo and other local authorities, as custodians of our cultural heritage sites, should be thanked for maintaining these cherished places so that they do not lose their historical and socio-economic significance. Our cultural sites should always remain immortal and stand tall as beacons of our history and collective memory. As we celebrate them, we do so through song, dance, and storytelling, as well as make them monuments. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, befitting this year's edition of the Bulawayo Arts Festival coincides with the historic unveiling in Harare of the statue of NguEzra, the iconic heroine of the first Chimrega. Her legacy was on the brink of being forgotten if we were to go by the wishes of our colonizers. Equally, through the leadership of our guest of honor, government is in the process of honoring the country's other heroes and heroines of our struggle for self-determination. Here in Matabele, government will honor, amongst others, General Mchana Kumaro, who valiantly led the defeat of colonizers at the Battle of Kuku. Again, our visionary guest of honor has directed government to continue supporting the arts and culture sector through implementing various programs such as establishing an arts and culture development fund, as well as establishing provincial arts and cultural hubs and community clubs. Currently, government is forging ahead with the restorative works at the old Bulawayo heritage site. Today, our esteemed guest of honor had the privilege to undertake the heritage trail as he enjoyed the wealth of cultural heritage that the city of kings and queens offers. The tour included visits to Uvula grounds, Hanging Tree, Joshua Tabuko Nyongorongoro statue, St. Mary's Basilica, and the National Museum. The Uvula place that our guest of honor visited today is one of the revered holy sites in the Ndebele culture, which is integral to the wider Zimbabwean cultural identity. In all the processes of enacting these scenes of performance, we immortalize them through our arts and cultural expression. This assists in transforming our cultural heritage into commodities for local, regional, and international visitors and tourism. In recognition of the contribution and sterling efforts of our guest of honor, that our guest of honor has done in honoring our African icons, the whole of Africa chose Zimbabwe to host the Museum of African Liberation. Thanks to our guest of honor. Distinguished guests, our guest of honor has been at the thick and thin of the liberation struggle. Post-independence, he has held various government portfolios with distinction. He is an attentive, appreciative, and visionary leader who is championing economic development for the people of Zimbabwe. The guest of honor, ladies and gentlemen, is none other than the President of the Republic of Zimbabwe and Commander-in-Chief of the Zimbabwe Defense Forces, His Excellency Comrade Dr. Emmerson Dambudzo Mnangagwa. Your Excellency, I invite you to address players in the cultural and creative industries, ecotourism, local authorities and governance, as well as those here present, keen to see business cooperation and growth around matters of commercializing our arts, culture, and heritage. Your Excellency.
May you be seated. Our Director of Ceremonies, Dr. Chikepo, the Vice President and Minister of Health and Child Care, Honorable General Retired Dr. C.D. Chiwenga, the Minister of Defense and War Veterans Affairs and National Chairman of the NPF, Honorable O.C.Z. Chinguri Kashiri, the Minister of State for Provincial Affairs and Devolution, Bulawayo Metropolitan Province, Honorable Judith Mluwe, the Minister of Local Government and Public Works, Honorable July Moyo, the Minister of Environment, Climate, Tourism, and Hospitality Industry, Honorable Mangaliso Ndogu, the Minister of Finance and Economic Development, Professor Tudi Tube, the Minister of Home Affairs and Cultural Heritage, and the Acting Minister of Youth, Sport, Arts and Recreation, Honorable Zazembe, and the Deputy Minister of that ministry, Honorable Machakaire, the Minister of Women Affairs, Small and Medium Enterprises, Dr. Nyoni, the Deputy Minister of Industry and Commerce, Modi, the Deputy Minister of Home Affairs, Honorable Maboy, His Worship the Mayor of the City of Bulawayo, Councillor Nkuni, and I'm told there is Kadaban from Harare. The Mayor of Harare City is also here. Senior government officials who are here, veterans of the liberation struggle, stakeholders in the creative cultural industries, ladies and gentlemen, comrades and friends. I am honored and privileged to officiate at this second edition of the Bulawayo Arts Festival 2021. I have found memories of the insightful endeavor and the launch of the cultural and creative industries strategy, which I launched here in Bulawayo in November 2019. That event and discussions therefrom left a lasting impression on the economic potential of the creative cultural industry. This has accordingly influenced my government's policy to formulate a policy with regard to this particular sector. On 21st May 2021, I launched the Cultural Week in Gope, South, and Njelele, and also unveiled the Mbuya statue and monument during the commemoration of Africa Day on May 25. Under the Second Republic, my government made a bold and deliberate decision to correctly portray and promote our rich history and cultural heritage. To this, there is no going back. Although the Bulawayo Arts Festival is being held here in this city, it carries national stature and importance. More so, as they remains the pending national celebrations of our Independence Day commemorations, which will be held here in Bulawayo. The festival affords us yet another opportunity to celebrate and promote our rich heritage culture and arts with specific focus on the urban cultural heritage. It further augments my government's quest to ensure that cultural professionals, practitioners, artists, and our citizens create, produce, and disseminate and enjoy a broad range of cultural goods and services and activities. The city of Bulawayo remains the country's epicenter of creative arts. It is indeed a hotspot of various cultures and a convergence of histories which confirms Zimbabwe as a unitary state. This morning, I was pleased and honored to tour the Heritage Corridor, beginning with my visit to the Uvula grounds, which was opportune following the successful agricultural season and a bountiful harvest this season. This journey to the site retraces King Lobengula footprints to the sacred shrine where the harvest celebrations and other important ceremonies in the Ndebele culture were conducted. Lest we forget, the hanging tree stands as a reminder to present and future generations of the brutality and savagery of the white settler regime towards our forefathers. This national monument must inspire all of us, and the youth in particular, to consistently defend our independence, territorial integrity, and the dignity of our nation. The reincarnation of colonialism and imperialism, in whatever form, must never be allowed a foothold in our great country again. The statue and memorial museum of the late national hero, wetu, and the founding father, Zimbabwe, Dr. Joshua Nongolonkomo, invokes sentiments of importance of unflinching patriotism and loyalty, as well as peace and unity to the achievement of sustainable development. The National History Museum and the St. Mary's Cathedral Basilica Parish, among other sites, demonstrate the wealth and diversity of our culture and heritage. These must be cherished, protected, and safeguarded for generations to come. The Bulawayo Arts Festival initiative is commended for its inclusion of a broad array of stakeholders and participants to this festival. This has served to showcase creative talent from beyond the boundaries of Bulawayo Metropolitan Province. Itself a reflection that we are a diverse and united people under one flag, one national anthem, and a unitary state of Zimbabwe. Bulawayo has further demonstrated that it is a sanctuary of different cultures and traditions through exhibiting these hybrid cultural products and portfolios. Going forward, the development of the creative and cultural industries, as well as domestic tourism, remains a collective responsibility for us all, government, stakeholders, and the private sector. Ladies and gentlemen, culture is an important pillar for sustainable socio-economic development. Under the National Development Strategy 1, my government recognizes the power of culture in transforming societies, fostering strong family values, a sense of identity and belonging for all our people. Creative cultural industries are thus an essential component for building national cohesion, inclusive economic growth, and reduction of inequalities towards the achievement of Vision 2030. It is therefore imperative that Bulawayo province and other communities throughout the country tap into the potential of the culture, art and heritage sector to drive economic value. This must see communities taking advantage of linkages with other economic sectors and the value chains generate increased production and consumption of our locally produced goods and services. The small clip which we saw, presented by the young man Mangalisu. This young man is enjoying all that and without getting started. Very great young man. The creative cultural industries must be perceived and executed as an economic sector in its own right, which contributes to the provincial and national GDP of the province. The city of Bulawayo, therefore, is urged to harness its cultural assets towards the implementation of specific programs and activities for economic development. The promotion of our culture and heritage is not a one-day event. The industry is challenged to create products that run in tandem with national meetings, conferences, and events, such as the upcoming Zimbabwe International Trade Fair, Heroes Day, and Defense Forces Day, among others. So that whenever we have national events in the country, we need to display our cultural heritage, our creative access. I was so inspired by the young women, ladies who performed here. Oh, Mayor, you enjoy every week. And I don't invite the president. Oh, Fanala. The sector is always aimed to leverage on the democratization of the broadcasting space, which has seen the issuance of more television radio licenses, as well as the establishment of community radio stations. This must entail the growth of our cultural creative industries as a new frontier of job creation, broad-based empowerment, and foreign currency generation through creative content production, distribution, and consumption. In addition, local voices and narratives are encouraged to magnify the country's cultural heritage for national branding, marketing, and the promotion of our Zimbabwean and African value systems. Music, crafts, designs, symbols, and names of key infrastructure must not only project our history, our rich history, but also promote the present development epoch, as well as showcase our future aspirations. I exhort all stakeholders to facilitate the growth of the creative cultural industries through providing a conducive and affordable environment for doing business. Distinguished guests, I commend the concerted efforts being made towards promoting the arts and the tourism industries in the city of Bulawayo. The concept of 7 keys under the United Cities and Local Government Initiative provide immense possibilities. These must inform the implementation of the city's development programs and projects for the economic benefit of people and the province. The theme of the 2021 Bulawayo Arts Festival Conference, and I quote, enhancing local government participation in cultural governance, end of quote, speaks to the spirit of collaboration and teamwork. The involvement of local authorities in the systems of governance for culture, preservation and promotion of cultural heritage sites remains a priority. I therefore call upon local authorities to continue naming places and recommending buildings for the conferment of monument status in conformity with our country's cultural heritage and history. You find that we still have buildings and the roads and other infrastructure with names which are not local. We only have 2 mayors here. There's the other councillors who are here. If you go to America, or you go to the United Kingdom, or you go to Germany, or to France, you don't find shown our the names for the buildings. But we continue to have English, French, and American names here. Please wake up. In this regard, Bulawayo Metropolitan Province, the greater Matabeleland provinces and the entire nation must continue to take keen interest in our culture and heritage. The story of Father Zimbabwe, the late comrade Dr. Joshua Nkomo, as well as the histories of Mzilikazi, Kamachoana, Mukacha, Mangele, Kosulo Bengula, Queen Lozke, girls dance in their short wherever Queen Lozke is, she's enjoying. She must have been smiling and smiling and smiling and saying, my grandchildren remember me. You see, that's very good. People are Umlungulu, Yamache, Nehanda, and Mkwati, among others, must continue to be popularized. This will go a long way in consolidating unity, peace, and social cohesion as fundamental ingredients for nation building. I thus exhort stakeholders in the education and media fraternity, as well as communities, to continue playing their part in the rewriting of the correct history and bequeathing it to future generations. In this regard, I commend Tshisa Sibanda here for the work he has done. It will remain very useful for generations to come. The use of more innovative ways to brand, package, and market the heritage trails and corridors must remain top priority. In this regard, I challenge local authorities to avail more spaces suitable for the cultural and creative industry to become economic hubs in their own right. The relation between the city of Bulawayo and the city of Durban in South Africa are applauded. The multifaceted potential of such a partnership must be harnessed for synergies, not only in the arts and the culture sphere, but for investments across the various sectors of our economy. Ladies and gentlemen, my government continues to put in place a raft of measures to ensure that the tourism sector remains viable. This includes the removal of value-added tax on domestic tourism. I'm sure Professor Nure is not listening. Which is set to lower the cost of travel, accommodation, and other related tourism activities. I applaud the stakeholders in tourism and hospitality industry for launching the Zim Yami Zimbo campaign to promote domestic travel and tourism. As the economy continues to stabilize, I exhort the private sector to establish mutually beneficial partnerships with the cultural and creative industries, ecotourism and the local authorities together. Furthermore, the benchmarking of our tourism projects and activities should be prioritized. Now, the COVID-19 pandemic is still with us. I urge the nation to continue adhering to the World Health Organization guidelines and protocols. During the course of the month, we will be receiving more vaccine doses. The city of Bulawayo is set to host major economic activities, and I urge all those who are eligible to get vaccinated to ensure that the province attains herd immunity. Finally, I wish the cultural creative industries, tourism and local government sectors greater success premised on the collaboration and the unity of purpose. We have witnessed in the organization of this Bulawayo Arts Festival. I was complaining to Minister Judith Mure. She's so brave. She structures a program which makes the president wake up very early. And give the president less than 1 hour for lunch. I don't know whether she wants to be made minister. I equally commend the media in particular, the Chronicle, for building awareness around the festival and other economic development programs. It is indeed this culture and spirit that is accelerating the building of a prosperous Zimbabwe, which leaves no one behind. Bulawayo Omushe, congratulations, job well done. With these remarks, it is now my honor and privilege to declare the Bulawayo Urban Heritage Ecotourism and the Bulawayo Arts Festival officially launched. God bless you all. God bless you all.
Thank you. May we all lift our hands. Asikwethulelwe uMongameli, asikwethulelwe kushaya izandla. Bulawayo kuhle, asiphathele izitalo zethu. Thank you very much, Your Excellency.
for gracing this beautiful occasion, a very important occasion in Bulawayo. Your Excellency, allow me to recognize the presence of the Deputy Minister of Land, who normally calls me Dube. Before he gives us the vote of thanks, he will come assisted by the Honorable Deputy Minister of Youth, Sport, Arts and Recreation to present a gift for the wonderful speech that you delivered to us, from the gift from the ministry. And at the same time, may I request the city of Bulawayo to prepare to come forward also and give their gift to our guest of honor. Also, we recognize the presence of the Deputy Minister of Information, Honorable Kindness Barata. You're welcome, sir. Yes, I think it must be a very heavy gift. Yes, the Deputy Minister and the Acting Minister. I'm sure it's not a statue. Oh my way, oh my way. That's cheap. That's not scary. No. There you are. Let's give them a round of applause, please. UMongameli, we thank you very much for gracing this occasion, for accepting to always come to Bulawayo. Thank you very much. City of Bulawayo. City of Bulawayo. City of Bulawayo would like also to thank you, Your Excellency, for the wonderful speech.
Thanks you for blessing this occasion, and us here, we are giving to you a Bradford heifer, which is 30 months old. It's a crossbreed between a Brahman and Bradford. Bradford heifer, Your Excellency, is a crossbreed between a Brahman and Bradford. It is basically red and white in color. It is a docile breed. It responds to kind treatment. It is mainly used for beef, but sometimes it can be used for road race competitions, as it has a good competitive market advantage, since it has qualities of both the Brahman and Bradford. It's also active and intelligent. The merits is actual big excellence. It has a good big gun inherited from the Brahman. It has above average growth performance and a tremendous weight is superior to the original plant. It is hardy and therefore select branching condition. It has good superior mental ability and has a higher fertility rate compared to the common and the earthworm individually. It is also a good grazer as it utilizes grass for feeding purposes. Your Excellency, kindly accept the gift from the seat of plant. Thank you.
Bakithi Bulawayo muhle asibongeni semi-fathers. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Your Excellency, allow me to invite the Minister of Home Affairs and Cultural Heritage and also Acting Minister of Youth, Sport, Arts and Recreation, Honorable Kazebe, to come and give the vote of thanks.
Your Excellency, the President of the Republic of Zimbabwe and Commander-in-Chief of the Zimbabwe Defense Forces, Comrade Dr. E.D. Mnangagwa, the Honorable Vice President of the Republic of Zimbabwe and the Minister of Health and Child Care, Honorable General Retired Dr. C.G.D.N. Chiwenga, the Minister of Defense and War Veterans Affairs, and National Chairperson of the ruling ZANU-PF, Honorable O.C.Z. Chinguri Kashiri, the Minister of State for Provincial Affairs and Devolution for the Bulawayo Metropolitan Province, Honorable Judith Nue, colleague ministers and deputy ministers here present, His Worship, the Mayor of the City of Bulawayo, Councillor Solomon Mguni, the Deputy Chief Secretary to the President and Cabinet, Reverend Damasani, and all permanent secretaries here present, traditional leaders, esteemed veterans of the liberation struggle, academics, captains of industry, local authorities here present, practitioners of the cultural and creative industry, members of the media, ladies and gentlemen, comrades and friends. Your Excellency, I feel honored and privileged to be given an opportunity to give this vote of thanks at this second edition of the Bulawayo Arts Festival, which, by the way, could not be held last year owing to the COVID-19 pandemic and the resulting national lockdown. COVID-19, Your Excellency, forced the inaugural Bulawayo Arts Festival to become a wholly virtual event. I'm pleased that you could find time from your busy schedule to grace this historic occasion, which brings together various ministries and stakeholders in the heritage sector. Your Excellency, the Bulawayo Arts Festival, though in its infancy, has grown to incorporate artists from across all the country's 10 provinces to become the premier showcase for Zimbabwe creativity, anchored by urban heritage sites within the Bulawayo city. Your Excellency, let me take this opportunity to thank all fellow ministers, traditional leaders, senior government officials, and local authorities here present for their solidarity, hoping that they'll use this experience to stimulate growth of creative cultural industries and tourism trails in their communities and boost local economies, create local employment for youth and improve revenues. On that one, Your Excellency, I also want to thank you for the whole of government approach that you introduced, Your Excellency. As you alluded to, Your Excellency, this was a collaboration amongst a number of ministries and stakeholders, which has become the culture in the new dispensation. Your Excellency included the Minister of Local Government, the City of Bulawayo, the Nimbe Trust, Minister of Home Affairs, of course, Minister of Youth, responsible for youth, Minister responsible for tourism, Minister for information. The list is endless. Such is the culture in the new dispensation, Your Excellency. Get us of your leadership. Your Excellency, I also want to thank you. You had a very busy day. I feel sorry for Minister of State
for keeping you so busy. But nonetheless, Your Excellency, I want to thank you for touring the Heritage Corridor today. The monument you toured earlier today, such as the hanging tree, the Uvula grounds, which have been proposed, by the way, for national monument status, do not only add value to the city space of Bulawayo, but more importantly, remind us that colonialism came dripping with blood, limbs, and the flesh of black people. This is why, as you have alluded to, Your Excellency, we must commemorate and honor liberation icons such as Queen Lozikei and other liberation war heroes like Joshua Kabuko Nkomo,